Good evening, everybody. This is Leo here, CEO and founder of 𝗘𝗙𝗑𝗓 Educations. Welcome to my podcast today. And this is one of the podcasts that me and Gajendra have been waiting for a while. And I'm very excited that he's here today to share with you his journey with us and how he has landed his dream job with our help. And hopefully, after listening to this podcast, you guys can have more inspiration, motivations to not give up and to seek out some professional help so that you can make your life easier and land your dream jobs. Now, before we start, Gajendra, for those who do not know about you, can you just quickly introduce yourself? Who are you? What have you studied? Where do you live? In a few quick sentences.
Yeah, thank you, Leo, for this one. I really appreciate your efforts with me during this job hunting program. I really thank to Erin as well, who is beside you all the way. So my name is Gajendra. I am from Nepal, and I did my Bachelor of Engineering from Nepal Engineering College. In 2019, I came to Australia and joined Central Queensland University Melbourne campus, where I completed my Master of Engineering, specialized in structural engineering. I was also facing the problem of getting my job in the field. It's after graduations, I did not find any job in engineering market. So as as everybody did, I was involved in odd jobs, like even I did some kitchen hand trial, but for 3 months I was not working. So after that, I just got a job in a timber factory, so where I worked more than 1.5 years. So I was really frustrated not getting job in a field. So that's the history at the time. Yeah, Leo.
Yeah. So obviously, as you said, it was very much a difficult time for you. You were also working as a kitchen hand, and I used to work as a kitchen hand myself. It was not an easy job.
It's
actually a very tough job.
Yeah.
So now let's bring up back a little bit. So you came here since 2019, and so do you still remember? Do you start looking for some job right away when you first came here, or you were just doing your study at that time?
Actually, every student from foreign countries just do have some mindsets of what is in Australia actually. So just looking for odd jobs. I never really think about doing the engineering jobs in Australia, because maybe our education might not get that level. The same thing happens that happens to every student in Australia. Because the mindset was like that at that stage. So I was doing my studies only, and just doing the odd jobs till I completed my master's.
Yeah. So you raised a very good point. You talk about mindset, and I think mindset was such an important thing. And before you join our job coaching program, I think your mindset was somehow got affected very negatively. Right? There's a lot of misunderstanding. And there's a lot of negative mindsets going on. So tell everybody, what was your thoughts? What was your mindset before you joined our program, before you know about us, when you were still struggling to find a job? What was going on in your mind
Absolutely.
that time?
Yeah, thank you. It's always hard to get a job in Australia, as we all know, at the beginning. So I was just doing odd jobs and thinking if I can get any job. But the thing was, if I completed a master's in Australia, I may get a job in near future. That was at the start, at the beginning of when I graduated. But when I tried a lot of companies and construction companies as well, councils everywhere, but I never get a positive result. So after 6 months, I was, I was feeling myself very low at that moment. So the only thing I thought at that moment was, okay, just you need money in Australia, because you have invested a lot of money in Australia during your studies. Because I can tell you a story in my country. I haven't have only 5 lakh Nepalese rupees, and I can't get my master's in Nepal. So for only 5 lakhs, that was a really small amount comparing to Australia. So I invested a lot of money in Australia, more than 50,000 bucks. So that was really frustrating for me. not getting the job in my field. So I was really depressed. I'm everything was not going right at the moment regarding my job. So I just thought I just leave behind my paid job, everything, and just earning money. That's all, to just return the investment in
Yeah,
another
yeah. So
way. Yeah,
to make sense of the
yeah,
money you have spent here, right? You try to make
obviously.
more money in
Yeah,
Australia as much as you can. And I
obviously.
think that is great point you're raising, because for the viewers watching this,
Yeah,
a lot of them, they also got caught in that cycle of making money, and they tend to forget their career. They
yeah,
tend to forget why they came to Australia in the first
yeah,
place. So
yeah,
that was exactly for your case, because you
yeah,
found it's next to
obviously.
impossible to get
Yeah,
a job. So you just
yeah,
keep working as hard as you can, try to earn as
yeah,
much as you can, right?
yeah.
Now, talking, you said that you've been applying for many jobs. So at that time, roughly how many jobs have you been applying? And
Uh, yeah,
roughly.
sure. After my graduation, I just applying more than 10 jobs in a day. And I think I have applied more than 1,000 jobs through Seek and Indeed and Jora, everywhere, just putting the same CV and just randomly clicking apply and just doing that one. But the thing was, I did never get any reply from the employers.
What are the usual response you got? Did they even reply you in any way? Did they tell you why they
Maybe,
don't reply you?
among 100 jobs, maybe I have got one or two replies, and that email was worth reading actually at the start, but at the end, you are no sorry. It's very they appreciate my effort, to put the application, but you are not selected for the job. So that was the every sentence that hurts me a lot at the time. So
I think you must feel a lot depressed and
yeah,
disappointed in
obviously,
yourself, yeah, because
obviously,
you keep hearing no and no and no, and then you felt like, what is going on wrong here? So now let's talk about us. So
yeah,
when did you hear about Leoli education? Because I have my own version of that, but
yeah,
let's hear from your side. When was the first time you heard about me?
yeah. So I saw your ad in LinkedIn and talked to you, maybe through some mutual connections, and
Mm.
you called me and just came in touch with you. So what should I do? And even you were coming to Melbourne, and I came to you. We met in Melbourne. You have a lot of ideas. You have a lot of talks about your program. So that really impressed me. I think when I came home, I thought this might be the person who can change my life. So that was the thing that struck my mind, and
Mm.
just I was preparing for your program on that moment.
Wow.
Yeah,
Yeah, no, it's really great, because there's a part, Maziganjan, if you don't, if you remember,
yeah.
is there's a gap you were not, responding to my call. I was
Obviously,
following
obviously.
up with you, right? You
Yeah,
always
definitely.
tell me, oh man, Leo, I'm not ready, I'm
Yeah,
busy,
yeah,
this and that. But really
yeah.
think of
Obviously,
this, Gajan, if I have given up on you, if
yeah,
I have stopped my
obviously,
communication with you, we wouldn't
yeah,
sit here today,
obviously. Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So
That was the main thing. That was the actually I was very much in dilemma at that time. Later on,
no, no.
I just uh, changed my mind. So this is enough. This is enough. This is the time now to
Mhm.
really accelerate my engineering career. So
Good,
so that's
good.
that's the thing. Yeah, yeah,
And this is what happens when people make the decisions to do something for their career, and for you know what we do, you know our results, and you were not
obviously.
hesitating to
Yeah,
go ahead after you see me
yeah,
in
yeah,
person, right? So
yeah, yeah,
now let's talk about the program itself. So
yeah.
obviously we can spend whole day to talk about this, because you have learned so much, right?
Yeah, lot of things you cannot finish in just half an hour of
You
podcast.
can't
There is a lot of things, man.
too much, right?
Yeah,
And but let's just start off with the misunderstanding first, like, because
yeah,
obviously once you join my program, you realize that you have been making so many mistakes
yeah,
when it comes to applying for jobs. But can you
yeah.
share with the audience maybe two or three biggest misunderstandings you got about the job market before you join, I mean after you join our program and you realize that? What are some of them?
Yeah, a lot of things are there, but I'll make it short. And the first thing is, I was really unknown of the job market. I thought every job that is advertised in Seek and Jora, that's the only job in the market, engineering market. So that was the thing was which always uh, stuck in my mind. Joining your program, I just got to know that there are only 10% of engineering jobs are being advertised in the market. So other 90% is still side of that part. So that was the thing which I really clear about, because when I joined your program, when I started working on it, so a lot of response, the response which I got from the employers that are even not advertised, that was the thing, that matters for everyone, not only me. So that was the thing which I really misunderstood. Yeah,
Mm.
that was the first thing.
So you say the one is the 90% of the jobs are not
Yeah,
advertised.
not
So
advertised. So,
and I
so that,
think that was not just shocking for you, but I think
yeah,
for many viewers or listeners, they also
obviously.
surprised as well.
Yeah,
Know that,
yeah. So,
but
so
obviously you have witnessed it, right?
yeah, obviously. And it's only because of you, Leo, which I got to know about that. And second thing is, I was applying for a lot of jobs. I have the same CV, and I haven't updated the CV and resume.
Mhm.
And even I don't know much about the cover letters, how to write, how to respond to the employers' emails, and about job proposals. So that was really, I was really unknown of. I really, I thank Erin for that as well. Uh, she is she was very helpful that moment. She's very helpful. So,
Of
so
course,
that
yes.
was the thing, another thing which I got to know from your program. And
Mm,
another thing is, reaching out the employers. That was
mm,
the thing. That was the main thing which I learned from your program, because I have never thought to reach out any employers before applying the jobs. I just randomly click apply. So I never, not only applying, reaching out them and calling them, not even not following up them. So that was the thing. Third thing that really important for me and everyone who is joining the program and will join the program in the future. So that was the thing. These three
mm.
things means a lot for me
Of
from
course, of course.
I got from your program.
Thank you for the feedback there. Now, I want to emphasize on the point of the cold call, because I
Yeah,
think that's one of the things that really helps you as well. The
obviously.
ability to confidently pick up the phone and communicate with the employer. Tell me about how important is the cold call, and do you think it is a skill that everyone listening they should learn, or this is something that they can just randomly pick up the phone and just call the employer?
Uh, Yeah, absolutely. That's the important thing. Cold call is very important. It's just like a magic in your program. I guess it's every magic happens happens in a for a cause. So cold call is one of the important thing of your program. I came to meet you in Melbourne for a short talk. I do know about a cold call. You told me about the cold call. Need to contact to the employers. If I just came to home and just apply and the school calling the employers, that would not do any effect, because
Mm,
I don't know how to call them and how to talk to them. Get in touch with the admin, so
mm,
just they will say just apply in Seek and everything. So that was the thing. So I was really worried, how to get through this. So cold call, your script, everything, when I put in front of myself to talk to the employers, so that very essential at that stage. Earlier I used to talk to some employers, but they have never been so much kind to me, so much professionally talk to me. The job I applied, you can still remember, that was the first job. I was taking your classes, and I just contacted a guy in Mildura Rural City Council. There he
uh,
was an engineering coordinator. You told me just to reactivate the power base, or just
mm,
try to contact him in any way, if I can get her number. So just I text in the LinkedIn, and he just replied me. Even that was really amazing at that moment for me, because he himself asked for my number and to contact
wow,
me. So
wow.
that was really important. And before that, I was really unknown, Leo. I'm honestly speaking, I was really unknown of that. I even don't know how to send messages, LinkedIn messages, to the employers or any directors or any working people there. So that was the first stage. I think it was the second week of joining the program. So I talked with him. How to talk with him? It's all because of you, because I don't even know what to ask with him. So you are really pushing me. You are doing WhatsApp messages to me. Just tell him this and just tell him about this one. So I just do whatever you told me. And at the moment, it's very fruitful. I applied for the job. Even I remember I have follow up more than 10 times with the engineering coordinator.
Wow.
And he was saying that because we are the local government, we have some process, 1.5 month process for the recruitment process. So go on employing, just be patient and keep patience. If you get an interview, then let's see what happens. So in that way, I got the interview. And after 1 month, I got the interview, because in the middle stages, I was working on others as well, in
Mm.
cold calls and calling the employers. Even what you did for me, I still remember the Queensland employment. That was also an interesting experience for me,
Mm.
because
Mm.
I think that was my first professional interview, I would say. You taught me how to, present myself in my interview.
Mm.
So that was really important for me. At the end, I got the job. I'm still, following your path. I'm contacting every day, every week through emails or through calls. So they are still, very much appreciate me for my efforts, because they every day say you are really very good in communication. So that's the thing,
Wow.
communication, what I learned from you, that was very important, because before joining your program, I was very low. I cannot say what I do before, and now it's really very much changed in myself,
Oh,
in my
Gajendra, you are like
personality as well. Yeah,
a different version, man. I mean, I
yeah,
really hope we could have like a time machine, right?
yeah.
When we can show people how you were like before you join us and how
Obviously.
you are like now. It's a transformation, I'm telling you.
Absolutely, absolutely, Leo. Still
Brad,
remember, I was really confused what I need to ask you and how to ask you. I was really confused, but see the transformation in me, and how I can talk with you, and that's the thing, what I learned from you. That's very important. Absolutely,
mm.
hats off you, man.
Thank you, thank you. Now, highlight a few points you said. So, the job that you currently have, it started off by you reaching out to this employer via LinkedIn, right? You
LinkedIn, yeah.
reactivate the power base.
Yeah, obviously. That was the important thing of your program.
Mm.
I think it's the first week, program classes, which I really know about the reactivating me power base. Even
Mm.
even I went to meet my professors in the university, and that thing, what really matters for me is the professor I met is my friends. So that really matters. You need to make the network, you need to make the connection, which I really learned from you. So that I did as you told me, and see the results, are just
Wow.
right away.
Oh, wow. It's amazing, man. So how do you know this council in the beginning? Did you apply to them before, this Mildura council? How do you know this guy?
When I joined your program, I just used LinkedIn regularly then onward. So as you said, I expanded my network. I just contacted them, and I knew about engineering coordinator. So I talked with him, and I sent the invitation in the LinkedIn. So I activated my power base, because that's the important thing. If you can activate your power base, if you can make yourself known to the professionals like them, so you can do anything. So that was the thing.
Man, so really, you really embody everything that we teach, right? So
Yeah,
you do the
yeah,
prospecting, you reactivate your power base, you reach
yeah,
out to people in your circle. In
yeah,
this case, this guy was working in a council, so you reach out to him,
yeah,
and then obviously you apply for the role using
yeah.
my CV template, using my
Obviously,
cover letter template, everything. And then you
everything.
go into the interview round,
Yeah,
and then we prep you up for the interview,
yeah,
right?
obviously.
Tell them about the interview. How well did that we prepare you for the interview, and does that make you feel more confident when you got interviewed?
Yeah, obviously. I still remember the first interview which I did for engineers in Queensland, and interview was at 9:30, I guess, in the morning. We were preparing the interview till 9:20, I guess, with you, because you were saying just emailed me the interview. That was really, it's magic for me, because I have never succeeded in the interview before. So what the response the employers got at that moment, that was really amazing. I wasn't hoping for that response. So
Mm.
that was really important for me. So from that interview, I knew how to talk, how to respond to the employee questions and everything. So that was the first case, the interview. And the second one was that was even for 20 to 25 minutes interview. That was really, I was thinking of myself, oh, I can do it this way. You know, the confidence that built in within me with that interview, that was really important. So for the next interview after 1 month, the interview from which I got job, that was about 1 hour 5 minutes, I guess.
Wow.
See, so how I built my confidence in me, and you just send me the interview questions and everything, how to respond that. That was the important thing, because I already knew what they gonna ask and what should I
Mm.
respond to them. So that was really important. It's very much, very much exciting for me to learn the procedure of that interview, because in your program I learned mostly two important things. We have to perform, and then we get the outcome. But
Mm.
before that, before your program, I was really focused on the outcome only. I don't know what to process and how to perform, so how to take action. I don't know anything about that. So I was only expecting the outcome of what I applied for the jobs. So that was the first important thing which I learned. And the second important thing is how to reach the employers. So that one is very important. You need to reach out to them, because in a day, if you reach out 50 employers, and even if one employer can have a good response with you, because you only need one job. So that was the another thing that I get to
Mm.
know from you.
Yeah,
So
so for the
yeah.
viewers, I think let's elaborate on what you just said. So what Gajendra was saying was that in our program, I teach him the first class. In the first class, I told him there are three types of goals. There's a process goals, there's a performance goals, and there's an outcome goals. Now, before the joining my program, what Gajendra does is he only have an outcome goal, which is he wants to get a job, but he never thought about what was the process goal, which is how many calls he need to do, how many walk-ins he need to do, how many follow-ups he need to do, how many job proposals he need to send. Right? So he didn't have any of that, because he didn't know that there was such a thing, that you can actually actively reach out to the employer. And then once you do the process goal, then the next thing is called performance goal. In this case, it is the number of interviews you got, number of Zoom calls you got, number of replies on the LinkedIn messages you got. And for Gajendra, because he put lots of effort in, then as a result, he has a lot more phone calls back. He got a lot more interviews. And as a result, it's just inevitable that he will get the job in the end. So, and that was exactly what happened to him. So probably my last two questions, Gajendra, because for a lot of the viewers watching this, they think that my program is similar to the professional year. So do you know much about PY? Have you heard of professional year before?
Yeah, I really heard about the professional year. My some friends have already joined and completed the professional year as well. I think this program and professional year program, there's a lot of differences. I don't think the professional year is same as your program. I don't think the outcome is like your program. I haven't joined that. That's why I don't know much about
Yeah,
that
that's
program.
fine.
But I think because my friend has already joined, they have done the professional year just to get the points for the PR. But I don't think they have got good outcomes from that program. So I think your program really matters for me, actually.
So for those who want to join us, Gajendra, so do you think they should invest in our program? Do you think this is a great investment for their career? And if yes, what are the 2, 3 reasons why you think they should invest in our job coaching program?
Absolutely. Thank you, Leo, for this question. That's a really interesting question, actually. As I said earlier, I don't have 5 lakh Nepalese rupees, so I didn't do any masters in my home country. because I was short of that money. But I spent more than $50,000 in Australia, and I'm still not getting job, and I'm not doing job in my field. So if you can do an investment which you remember for your lifetime, so this really matters for me. So I really, recommend everyone to join this program because you get something from it. If you can give 100% to this program, the outcome is really fast. As we see, a lot of students have already got jobs within 3 or 4 weeks. I still remember maybe 15 to 18 people in our batch, and almost all of us got the job. If you are getting the job in your field, you have to do some investment for that. So why not? Why to think twice? I don't think twice for this one. So just join the program and see the changes in your life. And really, I appreciate Leo and Erin. They are very much helpful. I learned a lot. I learned how to talk with the professionals, how to call them, how to email them, how to face the interview. So you have never known about this one, because I haven't faced much interviews like this before, and I haven't known the process of doing the interviews professionally.
And do you agree with me that this skill that I teach you, you can actually using for the rest of your life? Like you really can use it
Obviously,
forever.
I'm following your path every day. So if you are following every day and you are knowing new things, that really goes to your lifelong career.
Thank you so much. And probably last question, Gajan, how does it make you
Yeah.
feel now? I forgot to ask you this. Like knowing that from now on, you can call yourself a civil engineer.
Yeah,
How does it make you
obviously.
feel?
The thing I really want to tell you about this one is in my back home, I really want to work in the municipalities and local government areas. And I'm getting the opportunity in Australia. So what do you think? What's going in my, mind, and what's going inside me? So I'm getting in Australia, man. So that's the thing. Yeah, that's very important for me. What you told me, and I did that way. So that the outcome was really fruitful, and I'm very happy to start my career as an engineering development officer at Mildura Rural City Council. So that's really I'm amazed to start the career as a civil engineer.
Yeah, man, I can tell, and I can tell.
Yeah.
And your
And the
career now
last
is just
thing is,
gonna.
and the last thing is, Leo, you have done a lot of hard work for me as well, because I always need a mentor, because I'm like a person who can have skills, who can do something as skill, but some people always needs a mentor to push you forward. So like myself, there are really other students as well who need a mentor like you. You have done a lot for me.
Thank you.
That's
Yeah,
I really appreciate your thing.
and it's my pleasure. It's my pleasure, Gajan, because it's really make both of us, me and Erin, very happy to
Yep.
see your success, because you are the testimony of all my work and all our work. That if
Yeah,
someone
absolutely.
really follow my advice and stick to our game plan and
Yeah.
do as we say, they will get the result.
Yeah.
And that was the same for you, because you don't have PR, you don't have citizenship.
Yeah.
Right, and this
Yeah.
is a government job, so it is
Yeah.
not easy to get, definitely.
Yeah.
And
Obviously.
you also do not have like 4 or 5 years of local experience either,
Yeah.
right? So what you do is really you show people, the viewers, what is possible, because a lot of them, just like what you said before joining our program, you were blindsided and you have a lot
Yeah.
of misunderstanding. Right, you thought, or you need to be PR to get the job, or
Yeah.
you thought you need to have experience to get the job, but that was not the case.
Yeah.
Right, so I'm so happy to see your success, and I hope you keep going up from here. And I know this is just the beginning,
Yeah.
right? You're just gonna go all the way up, man. I can
Yeah.
see it. And the
Yeah.
first job is the hardest,
Yeah. Obviously.
and then
Obviously.
and then the
Obviously.
second and third is so easy.
Yeah.
So happy for you, man. And please tell your friends, tell everyone you
Obviously.
know, reach out to us
Yeah.
if they struggle.
Yeah.
We look forward to seeing more success from you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you, Leo.
Okay.
Thank you very much for this time. I really appreciate your time for this one, and I'm very happy I shared my thoughts about your program and my experience during your program. I really need to say at the end, don't think twice, because you cannot get another chance in your life. Don't think
Absolutely.
twice.
Exactly. So thank you so much, Gajendra. You have a good one. We talk soon. Okay.
Yeah.
Take care.
Bye bye. Bye. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.